Hello, and welcome back to All the Mods 10 to the Sky. This is the intro clip to the Mekanism build here, and we are going to get Fissile Fuel. This is the goal of this particular episode. It's going to be a little bit long, just trying to figure out where to place the machines and everything, just piping everything, and getting everything set up in order to make this particular chemical, get this chemical, and then place it into this machine, etc., etc. But the goal is to get Fissile Fuel. Why do we need that? Because we need Fissile Fuel in order to put it into our reactor in the future that we're going to build, and so we can get the move things along, get nuclear waste, and then with that particular chemical right there, we can go ahead and continue the process to get antimatter. And why do we need antimatter? Because it's part of the star recipe. So we go in here. It should be somewhere. Maybe this one. There it is. Antimatter pellets. That's what we need. That's what we need in order to make this little sub ingredient for the star. That's why we need the antimatter. And in order to get that, we need to get through Mekanism. So here's how to do it. First of all, there is one big leg, one small leg, and with the output from those two legs, you can combine it into another machine in order to get another chemical, and then you just put that into one more machine, and then you get Fissile Fuel. It's that simple, really. So let's start with the big leg here. We need O2, we need oxygen. How do you get that? Well, we can use the electric leg separator right here in order to separate the chemicals in water into hydrogen and oxygen. You can do whatever you want with the hydrogen, but we need the oxygen right here. Okay, so that's one factor right there. We need to use a chemical oxidizer. So let's see, where was that again? Chemical oxidizer. Oh, yes, right here. We need to put sulfur in, so you better have a lot of sulfur. We need sulfur dioxide. With sulfur dioxide, we combine that with the O2 that we get from here in order to get sulfur trioxide in a chemical infuser, which is right there. And we also need water vapor, so we have a deconcentrator, which is right there. Put in water, we get water vapor. We take that water vapor, combine it with the sulfur trioxide you get here into sulfuric acid in another chemical infuser, which is over here. And then we take the sulfuric acid, we put that in the chemical dissolution chamber, which is right here. Combine it with fluoride into, come on, give it to me, hydrofluoric acid. So that's one big leg right there. We just do that leg there in order to get hydrofluoric acid. That's all we need from it, really. That's the big leg. Now, the small leg is a little bit smaller. We need an enrichment chamber. It's right there. And we put in uranium ingots in order to get these yellow Kate uraniums. And then we put that into the chemical oxidizer, which is here. And we get uranium oxide. And that's it. We just need a little bit of uranium oxide from that small leg. And then we just take that, combine it with the hydrofluoric acid in another chemical infuser, which is over here. And we should be getting uranium hexafluoride. So once we get that, we can put that in the centrifuge here in order to get your fissile fuel. That's it. Simple. So you want to see me go through the process of trying to figure this out? Stay tuned. Hello, and welcome back to All the Mods 10 to the Sky. Today, we are getting into some Mekanism stuff. I'm not talking about basic machinery here. We're talking about getting fissile fuel. And why do we need fissile fuel? Well, we need the fissile fuel in order to get to put it in the reactor, and then from the reactor, we can put the output from that one into an SPS, so we can get antimatter. And why do we need antimatter? Well, for the star, of course, because if you look at the star recipe, I think it's somewhere in here, just not quite sure where is it. Is it in here? There we go. Antimatter pellets. What a thing to make in this pack. And you're supposed to put it in something called a chemical crystallizer, which is antimatter, the chemical, and then it crystallizes into these little pellets, which you can, play around with, I guess. So that's a thing. And in order to get this stuff, you need to go through the SPS, which you need to put polonium in here. And in order to get polonium, you need to put nuclear waste inside the solar neutron activator. And how do you get the nuclear waste? Well, you're supposed to put this through the fission reactor with water, as a coolant and stuff. And then here's the fissile fuel that we need to make. And then it produces steam and the waste. So this is the waste that we want, We don't care about the power. We don't care about the steam or anything like that. We just need this stuff. So we can convert that into, antimatter at the end of the line. So, yeah. So we have to deal with this first, the fissile fuel. And then we'll have to deal with the reactor some other day. So, yeah, let's get started with that. Now, there are a couple of machines that we need to make first. And we need to make electric lytic separators. We need to make chemical oxidizers. We need decondensator or whatever that machine's called. We need chemical infusers. We need a chemical dissolution, I think. We need an enrichment chamber machine. And we need isotopic, whatever that machine's called. So, yeah, let's get that done, shall we? Let's get the electric link separator first. And we probably don't have recipes to most of these machines, so we're going to have to set these recipes here. And here's the electric link separator, so I'm going to bookmark that one. And we're going to make this one. Electric link core, we're going to do that one. All right, cool. Got that one. We may need a pump at some point. I'm not sure. Because I remember something about making hard water, and I'm not quite sure what the heck we need hard water for. Hard water. Okay. Something hard. No. Huh. Water as a coolant. Water agglomeratio. High pressure water. Water bottle? Okay. Ocean water breathing. Okay, I guess not, but there's like some kind of filter that you can make in order to turn the water that the pump uses into well oh, heavy water. Okay, not hard water. What the heck am I talking about? Heavy water. Now why did I suddenly think that we need heavy water? What was this for? Heavy water extracted from a water source, okay. And that makes oxygen and oh that okay. Yeah, that makes deuterium. All right, we'll deal with that some other time. This is for the fusion reactor, I think. Yeah, that's for the fusion. Oh, okay, we're not concerned about that right now. All right, so we got the electric link separator right there. We're gonna need some chemical oxidizers. We'll mark that one. All right, cool. And what is this? Dynamic tanks. That one. Okay, and what is this? A personal chest of all things? What is this? Barrel or chest? Okay, what do I have? And you make a chest here. Okay. No, not that one. Personal chest. All right, cool. And then go back to the chemical oxidizer. Did I do this one? Chemical oxidizer. Chemical oxidizer. Okay, I got that one. All right, let me start putting the stuff in here. All right. All right, next, we're going to need a whatever you call that thing, rotary condensator. Okay, so it condenses and decondenses. Okay, got that one. We're going to need chemical infusers. And I need bookmark that one and that one. Chemical dissolution chamber. All right. That one. Enrichment chamber. We probably already have like the regular one here. But we need a recipe for all the other ones too. Okay, first fill up the patterns. All right, cool. Okay, basic. Advance. Elite. And the ultimate. Alright, that's the enrichment chamber. And then we need the isotopic centrifuge. Alright, there we go. How's our lead supply, by the way? That is lead, right? Okay, that's lead. Oh, 3 million. Oh, fancy. Cool. Alright, let's put this away. There. Now, how many slots do we have left? We got a little bit. Got a little bit way to go. Alright, cool. Alright, so I think we have recipes for all the machines that we are going to use. So, yeah, let's go back to here. And we're going to start off with the electric link separator. Because we need the oxygen. And then we'll put the hydrogen somewhere else. I don't know. I don't know what to do with that. Alright, electric link separator. We might need another one. I'm not sure. Just to handle the supply there. We're also going to need a bunch of upgrades as well. So here's the energy upgrades. And the speed upgrades. And muffler upgrades, wherever the heck that one went. Did I not make a recipe for that? Never made a recipe for that. Okay, it's going to get a little bit noisy, even though that we have that mod in order to turn sounds off. Don't have to do that every single time. All right, what's this? Nether brick and white wool. Okay, put that right there. 100 here. All right, cool. All right, so over here in this little corner, we are on the power platform. So I put a roof above the platform. Have my little thermals platform here, and probably more room on this side for more thermals in the future. And I'm not sure what to do with this platform. Maybe the mechanism stuff will spill over to here. Who knows? Maybe it'll be like future mechanism stuff for when we eventually get some kind of reactor and we get something. Maybe we can put like an SPS somewhere. You know, it'll look nice. And I have plans on putting the reactor right below the lava, like right there. Is it a little bit dangerous? Yes, it is a little bit dangerous, you know, because reactors can explode. And there's going to be like a lot of radioactive fallout. All right, so in this little particular corner, I have a controller, and I have an energy cell on top of it, just for just a little bit more, just a little bit of power in this little network here. And this is not tied into the main controller whatsoever, but I do have a cable running from a wireless connector, which is tied to the main controller, so I can pull out stuff like uranium and other things. Not quite sure. I think it's just uranium, but it could be other things too. So, but we'll have to see what we can pull out of there. But the main reason for using this particular network here as a separate network is, well, to keep things separate and to store all the chemicals locally, so we can distribute to other machines on the same network. More of a convenience thing, So we don't have to end up trying to run cables everywhere, run tubes everywhere, trying to get this to that. Maybe we can just use the network in order to do that for us. So that's what we're going to do. So anyway, let's get the electric leg separator set up. And we're going to need water, obviously. We're going to get the good old sinks right out here. And how come I never made a recipe for this? What the heck? All right, fine. Give me that. Give me the regular sink. Don't give me the mint. Don't give me the peach. Okay, give me that. All right. Water bucket. Well, it has substitution, right? Should work. All right, put that right there. And we'll go for the white sink, even though that doesn't look white. Let's see. Go back to here and that. Okay. All right, sinks. I don't know. Make two. I need some pipes. Okay, ultimate pipes. All right, electric light separators. Let's see. Where the heck are we gonna put it? Maybe we'll put that like right here, like that. Now, mind you, we can always go up if we want to. There's a lot of space around here. We just need to keep it inside this chunk. Just to it is chunk loaded after all, so we want to avoid chunk loading anything else around here. All right, so we have the electric lake separator. Want to get some tanks out. Okay, basic chemical tank, ultimate chemical tanks. Okay, we'll make 4 of these. Okay, we'll put that there, and we'll put that there. All right, so the sink. Let's see, where the heck are we gonna put this one? Maybe over here. I guess we can put that like in the back or something, and then we'll have the machine pull it. Okay, fluids. This is an input, so put it. Let's see. Chemicals, items, and energy. It is an input, but it's not like doing that. So I might have to use a pipe after all. Chemicals. Okay. Maybe do this. No. Okay, that doesn't work. It's an input already, but it's not inputting. All right, fine. We'll put a pipe on it or something. Do that. All right, cool. All right, we got hydrogen and oxygen. So this is hydrogen, and this is oxygen go. All right, great. And then we're gonna put another one here. Maybe reverse that, so it'll go into this particular tank. Not quite sure how that works. Maybe we can get away with it, you know? But then again, are we gonna get I/O issues because of that? But probably not. I'm not sure. But we're gonna try it anyway. So we're gonna, like, reverse this thing. And then we're gonna put another sink in the back. How come you're not connecting? Yeah, strange. Oh, wait, this is a power cable. Jeez. See here. Alright, that's better. Alright, we're gonna do this. Alright, cool. And then the O2, is that going into here? Hydrogen and oxygen, okay. And let's see, chemicals. The output is this one, that is some kind of green color. So this is O2. Alright, I think that's the one. That one's not ejecting for some reason, so then just configure this one. Okay, items here, and the back of this one, that's an output. And maybe do this and then... Alright, there we go. Alright, so we're sharing tanks. We'll put that one there just to get rid of the hydrogen. Alright, cool. So here's what we're going to do in order to store the oxygen and the hydrogen. We'll get the chemical cells. Now, I don't know how much it's going to go up to, so I'm just going to start off with the 1 million mega chemical storage cell. Okay, we'll get hydrogen out. It's the hydrogen mechanism and the oxygen. Okay, this one. Alright, put the cell on the cell workbench. And hydrogen there. And then we can take it out. But you could also put upgrades in here. So I'm wondering if the overflow destruction card works. Because, you know, we don't really need to keep that much in it. And we don't want things to get auto in there. So we're going to try one and see if it works. Because back in the old days, when we were making all this mechanism stuff, it didn't really work out with the overflow destruction card. So I'm wondering if it works now. Okay, going here and going here. Okay, it doesn't work. It keeps saying incompatible with cell, so maybe it doesn't work with the mechanism stuff. So, okay, that's fine. We'll make a bigger cell just to hold all that stuff if we need it to. So I'm going to put that inside the ME extended drive. Right there. Okay. And we're just going to take it out. So that one is, what was this first one again? This one is hydrogen, right. So let's take out the hydrogen. We need an import bus. Or maybe we can use the chemical tubes and just go into an interface. So we can save on channels. Let's see, where is the buses here? No, not that one. Tube. There they are. Okay. And these are the chemicals. Alright, make 100. Alright, give me that. And then we're going to get an interface out and see how we can route that around. Alright, where the heck can we put this stuff? Maybe we'll put that on the bottom. And then we can route it all the way back to here. So we'll put one like right there. Not leaving a lot of room, you know. Alright, so we got that one. We're gonna get these pressurized tubes here. And we're just gonna write them like that. And we're just gonna do this. And it should empty out. Let me do this as an output. Oh, that was quick. Okay, cool. Unless this one... Okay, it's empty now, so... 0.002 of hydrogen. Alright, let me see what's going on here. Did it get filled up? Hey, yeah, I filled it up. Look at this. So if I go in here, it should have hydrogen. Yeah, look at that. Alright, nice. You. Alright, now we need to get the other tubes out of here. And what is this on the bottom? That's the... Oh, that's the power. Oh, this ain't running. Okay, hold on. That. Alright, we got the O2 here. We'll do that in a little bit. We are going to have to pull this one out of here. So we're going to have to dig into the floor now. Alright, cool. And we'll do this. And then we'll do this. Alright, nice. Now, the bad thing is, maybe we should use the AE2 cables because this thing can only handle one chemical. So we're going to do that. We're just going to use the AE2 cables here. Let me use an importer. Let's see, import, export, extended import. Okay, thanks. All right. Let me get a different color cable out. Orange. Okay, storage bus. Put that right there. There. Import bus out of here. Give me some acceleration cards. There we go. There we go. And now we need to power the cable. Okay, quartz. Bust out the shrinking device. But you're not giving yourself enough space if you have to resort to the personal shrinking device. There we go. Powered. Nice. Alright. That should empty out. And this should empty out, maybe? Okay, let me do this. Bottom, output. Okay. Alright, that works. Alright, so we can do the same thing to here. Let's do this. And we're going to need another import bus. Okay, there we go. Alright, nice. Now we need a chemical cell for the oxygen. Grab one of these out here. And drag the oxygen here. Give me that thing. And I'm going to put that into the drive. Alright, cool. And it should start working. Maybe. Maybe. Okay, what's going on? This is 4 channels. Extended import bus, and that is the storage bus there. Chemical oxygen. It's still going up though, so, oh yeah. Right. Output, there we go. Alright, there we go. It works. And there we go. There's our O2. So depending on our demand, we may have to start putting more of these electrolytic separators on the row over here. So we'll see how many we need in the future. But then again, we didn't put our upgrades in here yet, so let's go ahead and do that. First of all, turn off the damn sound. We'll speed this up. We're going into power, so don't worry about that. And then it should go a lot faster. Heck of a lot faster. Alright. Check what the supply is now. Alright, there we go. Going a heck of a lot faster. Nice. Alright, cool. Alright, now that we got hydrogen being produced, we also need a chemical oxidizer. And we need to input sulfur in order to get sulfur dioxide. So let's get out the chemical oxidizer. Alright, here we go. And we may need to put that near the main network cable over here, because that's where all the sulfur is. So let's drag a power cable all the way over here. Or maybe we'll just do this. Say do that. Do that. Because we may need to put other electrical separators like right somewhere. And then the extra machines can go like over here. So this cable will probably go like that. Alright, cool. Alright, so we got the chemical oxidizer. And the blue cable, we need to take that out too. So that means we need to extend this out a little bit. Okay, where was this one here? Okay, we have the interface over here, so we can put like another interface somewhere over. Not quite sure where, but we'll probably put it over here somewhere. All right, cool. Chemical oxidizer. We'll put that like right here. Ah, is this the front? All right. So we got the chemical oxidizer here. We need to pull out the sulfur from our main network. So let's get another interface out. Let's see. We're going to put that maybe right here. Get rid of this thing. Okay, maybe we'll put that like right here. All right, sulfur. We have plenty of sulfur in the system. So just do this. Set to 64. Okay, cool. Sulfur. 894,000. Is this enough? Probably not. So we're going to have to ramp that up. We do have the bees, however, so we might need to make some more bees. Let's see. Sieving. This has been going non-stop with the sieving, so... What's this, like 15% chance with this one? What about the netherite mesh? This is average output 0.24, max of 2, so you can get like a max of 2 sulfurs. You can probably get even more if we just do the bees. Not quite sure yet. Not quite sure. Maybe if we just like put better fortune on that, on the mesh, then we might be able to get some more. Or make some more bees, because we have the sulfur bees already. So, cool. Alright, so we'll do that some other time. Alright, so we got the sulfur. We are going to get some pipes and pipe it into the chemical oxidizer. Right there. I mean, we might need like a lot of these machines, but more than one. Okay. And this side, that is items, so this is energy. So I'm going to input it like that. Alright, there we go. And then this stuff produces sulfur dioxide, which we can then put it back into the local network here. So let's see, how the heck are we going to do that? That one goes from the bottom, right? The power cable's in the... So I'm guessing it'll have to be off the side. Okay, let me get one of these pipes. And, let's see, what else can I do here? I might as well just use the smart cables. And then maybe we can, like, squeeze this one in here. Right, put that there. One of these. Acceleration cards. Alright, great. And that one's now put, so we'll deal with that once we set up the cells. Alright, pull out another mega cell. Over here. There. Wait, what's this one for? Hold on. Ah. Okay, alright. See, this one is oxygen, that's hydrogen. Huh, weird. Okay, well, put that over here. Get sulfur dioxide. Mechanism. Drag that right there. Now, keep in mind, there is like a chemical version right here, and then we also have a liquid version here. So we want to use this one, because it's not in liquid form. Alright, pull this out. Put it in our drive. And we'll go back and pull it out. Alright, that one is output. Okay, checked on. It should work. Hopefully. Oh yeah, I need to power the cable. Alright, cool. It should go in. Alright. Okay, it's online. Okay, this is acceleration card, storage bus, okay, check the outputs here. Oh, items, whoops, okay. Here, clear all this. Okay, that's an input. Chemicals. Yeah, clear that one. So we want the chemicals to go out of here. Alright, there you go. Like that, and we should have something in here. Maybe. Not quite sure. And maybe it's just stuck in here somewhere. Okay, maybe I didn't connect the, Oh, it's connected to the main network. Oops. Oh, right. Okay, alright. Let me get rid of this. And, it's probably all stuck in here. It's all stuck in here. Oh, boy. Here, just pick it up. Alright, how the heck am I going to do the blue cable now? But I put the interface over here in the corner. We get another one. Take this one back here. Okay, sulfur. That one. Alright, this one will hook up into here. So we'll just do this. Make it a little bit neater. Okay, storage bus. But then again, I need to connect the blue cable. Okay. And that one goes down there. You just... Not there. Okay. That will power the cable. It should be taking it out. Did I put eject on? Output the back, okay. The online and acceleration cards. Alright, and this one's connected. Okay, cool. Storage bus. It's not taking it out for some reason. Items checked on. Chemicals. That is... Hold on, what is this? Oh, that's the wrong cable. Get rid of this. Yeah, it should be this one. I was thinking chemical 2 instead of the E2 cable. Alright, so should take it out, right? Okay. Alright, there it is. Sulfur dioxide. Alright, cool. We got this going. Let's speed this up a little bit. Much better. Ah, yes. Sulfur dioxide. It's going to eat through all my sulfur. Alright, cool. So we got sulfur dioxide, and we got oxygen production. Now, why do we need oxygen and sulfur dioxide? Well, we need to combine those two in order to get sulfur trioxide. So that means we're going to need another chemical infuser. It should be our first one, so it's probably not another chemical infuser. Alright, there we go. Alright, where the heck are we going to put this one? Maybe over here. Because we might need to leave room in order to get more chemical oxidizers out. So you might place that over here. Oh. Okay, cables go out to here. Then we have the chemical infuser. Let's see. Probably gonna put that like right here, maybe. All right, let's see. This is one chemical, another chemical, and that one's another one. So 3 ports really. So it's the back like the power. All right, cool. Now, do I want to use like the chemical tanks again? I mean, it does look nice, but it's really not necessary, really. So I don't know. Maybe. Okay, we'll do without that. I don't think it's necessary. All right, so we need to bring in sulfur dioxide and oxygen, the chemical infuser, so we can produce sulfur trioxide. So let's see, how the heck are we going to get that done? Let's see, standard interface, we can piggyback off of that one, if we can. It's already a little bit cramped over here. A little bit cramped over here, so maybe that's not the best placement ever. So we're just going to need to dig under here. Okay, maybe you can't put anything there. But that's okay. We can just use standard interface. It's not a big deal. You know? We'll just leave that one alone. Alright, cool. Alright, interface. That one is down here. Now, where are we gonna put this one? That one's to the back right. So we could put that. Oh no, I'm not gonna make that mistake again. And you know what? I think we can get away with it, right? I mean, we can put like an interface, one for each row, you know? Even though that it can very well handle all the you know, there's like a page 2, you know? Whatever. It's okay. It's okay. Alright, cool. Alright, got a brand new interface here. And then we're gonna pull out the, do we need again? Oxygen, okay. The oxygen here. Make it 4 buckets. And then we're gonna need the sulfur dioxide. Right there. Make it 4 buckets. Alright, cool. And then we'll import that thing. So we don't have to use 2 cables here. And let's see, how the heck are we gonna do this one? Because we also need to take it out and put it back in. So maybe out the back or something. So let me see. So it'll probably have to be like here or here, really. Alright, cool. That'll be the output. And then I need the import bus and put that over here. Alright. And then let's see. Might as well just put that over here. Alright, so the storage bus will take in oxygen and sulfur dioxide. Because we don't want it pulling the sulfur trioxide and try to put it in like the wrong slot or something. Even though that's probably not gonna. Alright, so the storage bus over here, that one should be sulfur trioxide. Which is right there. We're gonna bookmark that one. Filter that one. Alright, cool. Okay, give me some more of these quartz things. Power this one. And it should be on. Alright. Alright, go over here. Oh yeah, we might need more than one, right? The sides. Okay, chemicals, config. This is input. Can I just do this? Probably not. Okay, fine. Alright, let me see. See the back over here. And where did I put that import bus? Okay, that one goes into here. And then I need another import bus. You know what? That one's to that side, and that one's to that side. So I might as well just do this, right? Sheesh. Alright, and this one is oxygen and sulfur dioxide. Then you make this one sulfur dioxide. Okay, and then I'm going to need to take this stuff out. Put the import bus here. Alright, cool. Alright, let me go over here. And chemicals. Input 1 and input 2. Okay, and that's being powered. Chemical answer. Let's see, storage bus. That's the 2. Are you pulling it out? This in here. Oxygen and sulfur dioxide. Okay. Okay, this is items. And that's items. This is chemicals. Input 1 and input 2. This should work. Should. Just not quite sure why. It's not working. Oh, it's not being pulled out. Okay, I get it. Okay, hold on. Okay, I see it now. It's not connected to the blue network. Okay, how the heck am I going to do this now? Okay, let's see. Obviously, we need to connect this now. But then how the heck am I going to connect the other one? Okay. I need to dig under here. Okay. And this is the storage bus. It's oxygen and sulfur dioxide. Okay, this one is what? Sulfur trioxide. Okay, get rid of this. I'll make the bottom the output. Okay, put that right there. Okay, and then this one will be pulling out of the interface. Okay, give me that. And this is, I don't need to pull that stuff out, but I can probably set that if I want to. Here, you can probably set that. There we go. All right, nice. All right, now I need to put that into the side over here. So that means I have to go over, unfortunately. Okay, cable. What a mess. But I guess it still looks good. I mean, at least it's symmetrical, right? Alright, get rid of that thing. Alright, so that pulls it out. That one puts it on the sides there. Alright, cool. Okay, let's connect the blue cable to here. Now start putting the stuff in, right? There we go. Nice. That's producing sulfur trioxide. I'll put that into the interface. All right, let's make a chemical cell for that. Please, that right there. Drag it here. Okay, then put it in the drive. And there we go. We have sulfur trioxide. Now next, we're going to need water vapor of all things, and we're going to need the rotary condensator, or however you call that thing. So let's make one. Okay, there we go. Now, where the heck are we gonna put this one? We're obviously gonna need another sink here. Because, how the heck are you gonna create water vapor without water? Okay, this one is for the chemical oxidizer, so that's producing sulfur dioxide, so we'll leave that one alone. And this one's producing what? This stuff? Okay, cool. Okay, let's speed this one up a little bit. Alright, there we go. Yeah, there we go. What is this? Not enough room in the output. It's gonna be a problem. Yeah, that's a problem, right? Let me put the acceleration cards in here. See if that'll do. Okay, that's better. Alright, cool. And this one has acceleration cards. Okay. And what about the bottom over here? Alright, it's keeping up. Kind of out of sulfur dioxide. So this is where the multiple machines comes in order to create sulfur dioxide, you know. Because now it's kind of like off balance. You go in here, we have loads of O2. Yeah, we have like 14,000 buckets of O2 in here, but not enough the sulfur dioxide. So that's gonna be another balancing issue right there. And if you're going to ramp up the sulfur dioxide production, that means you're gonna also need to ramp up the sulfur, which is already getting eaten through. They have like 99,000 sulfur blocks. Okay, cool. Alright. Alright, let's deal with the water vapor here. That's the rotary condensator. I would imagine we can only use one of the chemical infusers here. But maybe we should just leave a little bit of room just to make sure. Here's another machine here. And then we have another cable here. And this one's like, what, 5 channels left? I have to skip that one. And there may be another cable over here. Alright, put that there. Put that like... Or maybe we should just put it in the back, you know. Because it kind of like matches the other sinks. Yeah, okay, fine. Put that in the back or something. Okay, we got a sink over here. We can put another separator here. We got another tank here. Which we really don't have to. But then if we don't use a tank here, that means we'll have to put a cable there. So we have to use that space anyway. So here's another separator. Here's another tank. If we really want to. And then got rotary one over here, maybe. Let's see. Machine. Machine. And machine. Alright, we'll put that over here. Not quite sure how much water vapor we'll need. But maybe we'll start off over here. And then we'll worry about the stuff later. But I want to hook into that interface over there. Like, how's it over here, though? It's cram-packed. Alright, fine. You can make more interfaces, not an issue at all. We'll put that thing there. Alright, let's see. Deconcentrating. Alright, chemicals, fluids. Rotate the input from the back. And, of course, we gotta pipe that in. It just doesn't pull it. Let me get this one. Or does it? Checked on, fluids on. How about this one? Strict input. These are the freaking colors, aren't they? Oh yeah, these are colors. Alright, no matter. We'll just put a pipe. It'll work regardless. Alright, there you go. We have water vapor. The upgrades in here, and then we'll speed this one up. Alright, there we go, water vapor. And of course, we can put that back into the system. Go sell. Do that. And vapor. Right there. And I'll put that in the drive. Pull it and put it back in the system. So what is this? And what is this? Extended. Okay, this is pulling sulfur dioxide and put it into here. So we can put like another thing over here and just pull it out. Alright, there we go. I think it's working. Input, chemicals. Ah. It's an input, but where's it going? Huh, it's going in there anyway. Okay. Let me see. I don't know, make this an output. It should be clearing all the other sides, but we'll deal with it later. Ah, must have been this one. Okay, well, it's supposed to be a chemical, though. Alright, whatever. Right, put the acceleration cards there. And we'll get a whole bunch of water vapor. Alright, cool. Then we have room for, like, another one, per se, like, right here. Maybe. But then we have to put, like, another cable on the side. Pretty crappy. So we might have to put that, like, right here. Then we'll have room for another machine here, and then another machine here. But then the tank's gonna get in the way, so we basically have just one more space for this machine. But mind you, we can always go up if we want to. Alright, cool. Alright, so now that we have water vapor going, what the heck are we going to do with that? Well, we need to combine water vapor and sulfur trioxide in another chemical infuser to make sulfuric acid. So let's get another chemical infuser. Okay, And now, where the heck are we gonna put this one? What is this? This is sulfur trioxide, which is barely making a dent, really. So I would imagine we don't need a second machine. Maybe. I'm not quite sure. But then again, we can always go up if we want to. So we're just gonna put it on the side or something. So we'll put that like right here. Alright, so we put the chemical infuser. Is this also a chemical? Too. Alright, so we're gonna need to take the water vapor and the sulfur trioxide and put it in here. Alright, let's see. Where the heck are we gonna get that one? How many channels do we have left? 3? Okay, so that's 1, 2, and then 3. Alright, I think we can do it. Yeah, put the storage bus over here. And what is this? Sulfur dioxide? Okay, hold on. Let's see. Chemicals. Here, clear the sides first. We don't want any accidents. Okay, we're good. Alright, so this side will take on sulfur trioxide. And this side will take on water vapor. Alright, cool. And as usual, we'll take that from the back. So we're going to need import. Let's see, acceleration cards. Alright, let's configure the sides here. Alright, there we go. Okay. Sulfur trioxide. That 4 buckets there. And then water vapor. That 4 buckets. And it should already be in there. Okay, cool. And this one is an input 2. What is input 2? It's right inside here. Okay, cool. Is this online? Okay. Let's see. Items, muffling, upgrade. Let's see what's going on. Ah, yes, of course. Okay. Water vapor, go inside here. Alright, there we go. We are producing sulfuric acid. Okay, let's make another cell for that. These. Inside here. Sulfuric acid. Okay, put that right there. That. And put that in here. Okay, acceleration cards. And might be a storage bus somewhere. Hold on. How about this one? Okay, we'll put that one right there. It should be pulling it out. Okay, let's see. Okay, output. Alright, there we go. It's pulling it out. Nice. Alright, let's speed this up. Alright, better. Alright, let's see. Water vapor, sulfuric acid, going up. Sulfur dioxide is still not producing enough. We'll worry about that later. Alright, so we now have sulfuric acid. Now, what do we do with the sulfuric acid? Well, we need a chemical dissolution chamber. Is there a chamber after that, or no? Dissolution chamber. Okay, there's a... Okay, let's go ahead and make one. Okay, there we go. And then we need to pull out fluoride and combine it with sulfuric acid in order to get hydrofluoric acid, I think. Yeah, that's it. Right there. Alright, so that means we'll have to put that over here because this is where the main network is. So kind of a little concerned because I don't want to take up this particular space over here because I very well have to expand this one out. Put more of these chemical oxidizers here in order to get more sulfuric dioxide. So let's see, where the heck are we going to put this one? Maybe over here. Let's see, this one. Maybe we'll put that like over here. This one is that one. Okay. I should replace that with something else. All right, we'll put that over here and see what's. We'll see what's We'll see what happens. They replace this one with AE because we can very well filter that if we want to. Do that. Storage bus it. Okay, sulfur. Right there. Okay, and then power this. Alright, cool. Speed that one up. And then we're going to have to put in some stuff in here. So that'll be the fluorite. Okay, there we go. Now, is it this one or this one? Let's see. Okay, it's that one. Alright, cool. Alright, so that one, we need to put in sulfuric acid and sulfur. That's like 2 inputs and 1 output. Alright. So that one is over here. Okay, that. We'll have to go over it. So what is this one over here? Okay, let's do that. Okay, storage bus. We'll go on the top. And this is fluorite. Now put fluorite like right here. Set that to a stack. Alright, great. Okay, we got fluorite inside here. And the items is an input. Okay, let's turn that one off. Alright, we need the sulfuric acid in here, so that means we're going to connect that into here. That particular interface. Now, how the heck am I going to do that? I guess we can go under it. Like, go like that. But then again, how the heck do I, like, go back into it? Is there like a... Nope, okay. Now, I know what you're saying, so, oh, you can very well use it with SFM, you know, Super Factory Manager. You would not have to deal with all these cables, etc., etc. And I say, well, where is the fun in that? I want to look like a spaghetti factory. But hey, do whatever you want. You have the superior option. Alright, let's see. Let's see this interface over here. And then I can, that particular... How many channels do I have left? 1. I'm only using 1 on this thing. And this one's 6 channels. Okay, well, I have plenty of channels. I can very well increase the size. Number of channels. I put another controller block over it. I don't think I'll use all the channels, though. So, let's see. If I just, like, move the power cables, like, right onto a different layer, then this wouldn't be an issue. But, oh well. Okay, this one is what? That's an output? Okay, I can piggyback off of this one. That's an output. And, I'll have to put that in the back of something. Okay, let's do a storage bus over here. And we'll do an import bus over here. And we'll do piggyback of this cable into a... Okay. Now, is there an import on this thing? I don't see one. Okay. Alright, give me one of these, put that there. And we're gonna take this stuff out. Okay, put that inside here. Alright, there we go. Filter that one too. One. Now I have sulfuric acid and fluorite producing hydrofluoric acid. Oh, nice. Alright, now we need to take that out. So, that one is on this side. So let's make another cell for it. running low on cells again. Alright, so that is hydrofluoric acid. We'll do this. That inside here. Alright, cool. Alright, the output. This one is an input. That is items, okay. Chemicals, that's also input right there. And this one is an output. Alright, cool. Alright, nice. Alright, speed this one up. Alright, nice. Alright, let's see. This is sulfuric acid, so let's see what's going on with this one. Oh, we're out of sulfuric acid. Wow, it just ate through the sulfuric acid. What is this connected to? The blue network? Let's see. Yeah, okay. I'm producing, okay, how do you make this again? Item to chemical. I don't get this thing over here. I think you're supposed to, like, put that as, like, an extra material. If I can, like, somehow get these machines to convert this into this, and then pull this one out, then it'll be, like, so much better, you know? But this, like, the purification chamber, which is, like, an extra slot. Purification chamber. So you're supposed to put it, like, right here, but I don't think there's any way to pull it out, right? Let's see, output. Yeah, output is, like, over here. That would be nice if you can do that, but that'll be, like, a little bit of a shortcut right there. But we'll do it the proper way. Like, it's that, like, how we're supposed to be doing it, right? Alright, let's figure this one out. This one is what? This one is, let's see, that's port bus over there. Uric acid and sulfur trioxide there. Sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide, okay. And I'm supposed to take the sulfur trioxide, combine it with the water vapor, which is over here, which is barely happening at all. So what is this again? Sulfur trioxide? Okay, let me check that one. Okay, how much do we have here? 640 buckets, okay. Hold on. This one is that one, sulfur trioxide. Then we're supposed to combine it with water vapor, so... Okay, so it should be this one. Let's see, what is this? Sulfur trioxide and water vapor. Is this online? Okay, that's online. Let me go over here. Maybe it's just not happening. Sulfur trioxide, okay. Oh, of course. I need to set that one. And what is this one? It's that one. Okay, that's probably the reason. Is that it? Let's see. Chemicals, input 1, okay. And then input 2. It should work. Let's see. Sulfur trioxide, okay. That one's 8 channels. Let's see, that one's online, that one's online. That one's online, that one's online. So it's that one, so it's that one, and so it's that one. Okay, why the heck are you not going in? Okay, what was my inputs here? Input 2, not right. It's not going in for some reason. Oh, is it because it's like filled with water vapor? Is that it? Extended import bus. Okay, let me see. Okay, right, because it's filled. Okay, maybe that's not it. Okay, hold on. What's the back? It's the items, that's an output. Okay, that is the back. Huh. Yeah, but this is an input though. Okay, yeah, that's not right. Get rid of that. It's just waiting for the sulfur trioxide, but it's not going in there. Unless there is some kind of IO thing that's not doing. That could be it. Okay, let me put down another interface because it can probably be like an IO thing. Okay, let me see. How the heck am I going to get another one of? What is this down here? That's the storage bus. That one goes down there. Okay, I'm going to have to move this thing over. Jeez. I need that extra side. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. That one was connected to the top over here. Alright, let me get rid of this. Jeez. Alright, cool. Alright, so this interface is, what is this one again? That one takes the oxygen and the sulfur dioxide. So oxygen and let's see, sulfur dioxide. Do that. Not that one. Okay, cool. And that one goes over there. Okay, the blue cable goes down there. Okay, then this. Alright, that's going in. And we're going to need to take this out. Somehow. Okay, so that one is to that one. Which side's the water vapor? Sulfur trioxide. Okay, let me put this in here. And water vapor. Ah, now it's going in. What the heck? Weird. I must have missed something. Okay, well, whatever. Making it now. Alright, so that means we need to take this stuff out. So let's see. I'll put that one in here. Sulfur trioxide. Do that. And let's see, configure this one. Chemicals is going out the back of it. Alright, input and input. Clear all this. Input that one, input that one. And this one's an output. Right. I'm going to need a storage bus on this thing. Okay, do that. Okay, it's taking it out. Okay, I don't think it's running anymore. Oxygen and sulfur dioxide. Alright, hold on. Get rid of this. Okay, yeah, that's weird. Okay, that took it out and placed it somewhere. Alright, so that is what? Oxygen and sulfur dioxide. Let's see. How is this going in? Let me see. Oxygen and sulfur dioxide. Okay. Now is that over here? Okay, that is over there. So that is let me try this. Here, speed this up a little bit. Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah, that's going in now. Then it's gonna run out because it's been producing all this stuff. Alright, cool. Now how about this one over here? How many channels do I have left? Okay, I have one. So that means I can output this stuff. Okay, and then we'll put that in right there. And we'll speed that one up. Right, there we go. Until it runs out of this stuff. Not enough energy to run at max speed. Really? Oh, it's running out of power. Hold on. Wow. Okay. Alright, let me check down there. Okay, this is... what? That one's not that one. Controller, machines, okay. This one's empty now. That one's controller. Okay, these are all the sieves. Passive, 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 okay. How about over here? Okay, that's an unused one. How about the thermals? Okay, this one's machines. Flux. What is this? Sieves. Passive. Controller. Machines. Okay, that's empty. Holy crap, it ate through all the thermals too. Jeez. Alright, this one's machines. This one's sieve power. What is this one over here? That's passive. That's controller. That's machines. Alright, well, we're gonna have to put more thermals down. Hey, thermals. Alright, how many do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 8 of these. It'll take a while. And we have like another leg over here. Alright, cool. Over here. Kind of speed up the orbit a little bit. Because we only have this setup right here. It's a little janky and small. We don't have anything at all here. They're really speeding up the rods too or something. But they have power, so just... that's just gonna take a while. Alright. Alright, let me see here. This is what? Passive? Okay. This is that one and that one. Alright, we're going to open up another one here. What's this? That one's filled. Alright, go over here. Machines. Okay, great. It'll probably be faster. Just make more magmatic ones. Ooh. I'll take one of these. This is the front. Do that. Okay, energy cubes. Is an ultimate. That right there. And let's see. This one is an input. That one's an output. Okay. Alright, cool. Dang it. Oh, that's the wrong one. Hold on. Flux point. Is that a... no, that's not the plug. Give me the plug. Where's the plug over here? Alright, cool. Let me get another one. Okay, energy cube. Okay, let's see. Clear that. Input. Output to top. Okay, and then we'll go inside here. Alright, cool. I don't know. It'll help a little bit. Alright, do we have any power? We still don't have any power in here. That's bonkers, how much power this stuff takes. This is why I had the Nether Star generation back in Mods 10. And it even with that many Nether Star generators, it still wasn't that much power. Imagine how much power the SPS takes. Look at this. All the power it's taken. That one's okay, but this one's kind of not. Let's see, that one's okay. That one's okay. That one's not okay. How much power are you even spending? And we have the upgrades already in here. They're like maxed. Alright, well, we might have to bust out the Nether Stars. How many Nether Stars do we have? It's gonna eat through all those Nether Stars, though. Are you still making thermals, or are you done? Alright, give me these. Alright, where are they? Okay. Alright, this should be machines over here. These. Cool. Alright, make 8 more. Alright, cool. Maybe that'll help? Maybe not, I don't know. Is it better? Go down there. Alright, this one is what? It's the power? That's controller. Okay, let's convert that to this one. And then, maybe we'll do it. I don't know. Ignored. Yeah? We need emergency power right now. Is that going in there? Hold on. Alright, hold on. Go over here. Right-click that. Bypass limit. Power surge. See if that'll help. Oh yeah, that helped. Okay, good. Alright, let me check this one. Bypass limit. Alright, what about this one? Alright, that's okay. Is he just eating through all those nether stars? Let me see. It's kind of hanging in there. It's slowly going up. Holy crap. Yeah, I think we just keep this on. Yeah, not bad. Alright. Check the farm here. Let's see, what is this up to? 2.36. What is this one? 2.17. I can make more of these if I want. Alright. That's fine, I guess. Alright, we'll leave it alone. Alright, let me get some more of these things out of here. Just in case, you know. Just in case. Or these down here. It's a quick fix solution right now. Machines. We can power hungry machines. Oh, hold on. That's limit. There we go. It's probably hitting the limit and it's just not getting enough power. I think we're good now. We probably don't need more generators. Most likely the limit. Just push it to the limit. Alright, I think we're good. Sulfur trioxide is still like an issue because the sulfur dioxide. So that means we're going to need more of these. More the chemical oxidizers right here. But the thing is, we do have the output from that, right? The hydrofluoric acid. Hydro. Okay, how many of these do we have? Okay, we have like 711 buckets of this stuff. So I think we are good with that. We can use that until we can get more. Alright, so that is one big leg of making fissile fuel right there. Now we need to deal with the other leg, and that is much shorter. So let's get out the enrichment chamber. Okay, give me that thing. And then this one will take in uranium ingots and make yellow Kate uranium. So that means we need to put that over here somewhere. So let's see, this is that one. So uranium. Ingots, set that to a stack. And how many do we have here? We have 3 channels on this thing. Alright, cool. But then again, we want to reserve this row over here. Just for the chemical oxidizers. So let's see, where the heck are we going to put it? Maybe over here? What is this one over here? Sulfuric acid. Well, yeah, we're not getting enough sulfuric acid in order to make multiple machines of this one. So yeah, I don't think we need to make another chamber here. If anything, we'll just put it on top of something. So, alright, cool. This. We'll probably go out there anyway. Okay, ultimate enriching factory. That over here. Okay, we're gonna storage bus it. Oh boy, okay. Alright, hold on. Uranium. Yeah, right there. Yellow Kate uranium. That means gunpowder? Hey, give me that. Alright, cool. Now we got that going. We'll turn this one on. Alright, we got the enriching factory all ready to go with the yellow Kate uranium. And with the yellow Kate uranium, we're supposed to put that in the chemical oxidizer. And that should make uranium oxide. Now, the thing is, the chemical oxidizer, does that, like, take oxygen too? Do I have the chemical oxidizer here? Oh, okay, it only takes one item. Okay, cool. Okay, chemical oxidizer. We'll make like 10 of these since we're probably going to need like multiples. Alright, give me that one. And that one makes uranium oxide. So we don't have to put this one back into the system because it's like right here. It's right here. So we'll just pipe it in there. Let's see, how the heck am I going to do that? Pipe that into here or something. I don't think we need like multiple things because I can make this go fast. Yeah, okay, I think that's alright. Maybe push it out the back or something. Now, would this be in the way of anything? I think it's going to be in the way of this. So maybe not that. Ooh. And possibly take it out the front. Let's see, go there. You know what? Here, put it over here. Now we'll put the pipe over here. Right, so what is this? That's an item. Alright, we get some of that. Do that. And then we'll go over it. Like that. Okay, cool. And that makes uranium oxide. So that's something we need to put back into the system. Alright, get rid of this. Alright, and then do this. Alright, cool. That should make uranium oxide. Alright, cool. Alright, then we need to take this and put it back into the network. Let's see. How the heck am I gonna do that? That one has 4 channels left. Alright, let me extend this out to here. Okay. This. Okay, chemicals, and this one is output. Turn that one off. Okay, uranium oxide. I'm gonna need another cell. Okay, uranium oxide. Like that in here. Alright, great. And put that right inside here. Alright, great. We got uranium oxide. Alright, cool. Let's speed these up. Then give me this one. Okay. Make more upgrades here. Then we get that, then we get that, and then we get that. Alright, is this sped up? Speed, okay. Muffling, okay. Let's see, energy cards. This one too, and then silence that one, and then speed up this one. Yeah? You gonna speed up? Oh, that's the wrong one. Eh. There we go. Nice. Alright, there we go. We've got uranium oxide at the ready. Now, with the uranium oxide and the hydrofluoric acid, we can put that into the chemical infuser to make uranium hexafluoride. And then we can put that into the isotopic centrifuge to make fissile fuel. Alright, how many do we get? Hydrofluoric acid, okay, that's over 800 buckets. And then we got the uranium oxide, which is getting up there now, 70 buckets. Okay, cool. Alright, so let's make a chemical infuser, another one. Okay, chemical infuser. Okay, there we go. And then where the heck am I gonna put this one at? I guess I can put that over here, right? What is this? Ah, well, make all the chemical infusers over here. Why not? But then again, I'm out of channels over here, so I have to move that over. Right, there we go. I haven't used like the bottom part of it. Let me just do this. All right, cool. All right, so this one will be an output here, and an input. All right, uranium oxide, and then the hydrofluoric acid right there. All right, 4 buckets and 4 buckets. Okay, going to storage bus it on this side, this side. Okay, and then we need to take that out as well. So put it on this side. All right, cool. All right, so that one takes out the whatchamacallit, the uranium hexafluoride. All right, give me that. Put that in there. All right, that's the filter over there. All right, set the storage bus on this side, uranium oxide, and this one. What was the other one? Hydrofluoric acid. Okay, we'll put that one over there. And then we gotta pull some stuff out. Okay, do that. And do that. Alright, cool. And then we're pulling uranium oxide out of here and hydrofluoric acid out of here. Alright, there we go. We're reducing uranium hexafluoride. Fantastic. We're almost there, folks. We're almost there. And we're pulling this, which is the uranium hexafluoride out of here. Storage bus that. And we'll get yet another chemical cell. We're running out of here. Running out of cells. That over there. Uranium hexafluoride. That drive. Okay, cool. Then let's see. We're gonna set the sides here. Okay, that's chemical. Okay, that's out the back. No, don't do that. Alright, there we go. Nice. Okay, it's going up. Cool. Alright, we have uranium hexafluoride. We're almost there. Alright, so with that, we'll put that in the isotopic centrifuge to make fissile fuel. Alright, now where the heck am I gonna put this one? I might as well put it over here. Alright, what's the point of putting the chemical back in the... It's like right next to the damn thing. Alright, put that over here. And we'll put that one over here. Alright, great. So this one takes uranium hexafluoride. Okay. Set that to that one. Okay, we'll storage bus it on here. Okay. Or maybe we'll put the storage bus over here. Alright, there we go. And this one will take on uranium hexafluoride. Okay, and this one will be an import. Okay, now import back in fissile fuel. That one right here. That one right there. So write that one, and then plug this stuff in. Hopefully we have enough channels. We should. Okay, cool. Alright. Cycle figs, turn all these off. Alright, storage bus, that's an input, and this is an output. Right? Right? Okay, input and an output. That's the import bus. That's an input right there. Okay, what's going on with this one? This one's uranium hexafluoride, okay. Uranium hexafluoride, okay. How about over here? Okay, that's the one. That right there. Yeah? Come on. No. It affects the fluoride. Okay, that's pulling it out of here. And then that should be putting it into here. The items and energy, chemicals. Do I need to rotate you? Is that it? Alright, MC. Input. Output. Huh, still no. Let's see, uranium hexafluoride. Okay, that goes there. That's a storage bus there. I don't know. Put it on top. Here, do that. Does that work? Oh, now you don't see it at all. Okay. Sheesh. That's the port right there. That's one of the ports. Where the heck am I gonna put that one? Here, give me that. Here, put it over here or something. Oh, you're just not fast enough. Is that it? You're not going fast enough. It's probably like looping or something. Just putting it in and then just like not putting it in here or something. It's probably putting all the uranium hexafluoride in here. Because that's where it's going, right? That's probably where it's going. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, it's being put all... But what about this slot? What the heck are you going to do about this slot? Okay, fine, fine. Maybe... It's a cramped space anyway, so I might as well just move somewhere else. Yeesh. Get rid of this. Okay, uranium hexafluoride. Can't get rid of that. Alright, let me find another spot for this. Wait, we have plenty of space, like, right in the middle, so we might as well just put it in the middle somewhere. Okay, let's see. This one is in the... No, okay. Then, we'll put another interface over there. Squeeze it on in there. Okay, cool. There. And, there. Ooh, uh-oh. Alright, cool. Alright, give me this thing. I'll put it over here. Alright, so how the heck am I gonna do this? That's the import. And then that's the storage bus on the sides. Come on, rotate. Right, there. That right there. Wait, that goes over this thing. This thing's taller than all the other machines. Oh, for frick's sake. Alright. Put it on this side then. Alright, uranium hexafluoride. That should work now. So let me go in here. Do that. To 4. Okay, there we go. That's the noise. Oh, look at that. We make it fissile fuel. Now we just need to take it out and put it back in. Alright, we're at one of these guys. That, right there. Alright. Fissile fuel, do this, and then do that. And then we'll use another cell. Is this our final cell? Or are we... Okay. We're on our last chemical cell. This. Pull this one out. Put that right inside there. Alright, cool. Okay, go over here, and then we'll do the output thing. Come on, take it out. Take out the fissile fuel. Right, this is chemicals. This is output. Turn this one off. Alright, that's an input, and that's an output. Okay, what's going on for you? Oh, we need a storage bus on it. Okay, hold on. That, and then this one is fissile fuel. Alright, cool. Alright, there we go. Alright, is that working? Alright, there we go. Putting fissile fuel back in the system. Nice, look at that. We got over 2 buckets of fissile fuel now. Alright, nice. Working. Let's speed this up a little bit. Okay, do that, and then that. Alright, cool. And we're out of uranium hexafluoride. Okay, wonderful. Which machine's still making sounds? Are you making sounds? Are you making sounds? Okay. Let's see. This one needs a speed upgrade. Let's do that, and then do that. Alright, give me more of these, and then more energy upgrades. Alright, that should work. Alright, how about this one? Okay, that's upgraded. How about this one? Okay, that's upgraded. And this one? Also upgraded. Alright, great, we got fissile fuel. Nice. Very nice. And we are, ooh, 300 buckets. Not bad. Not bad at all. I mean, it's still running, so I'm guessing that's good. Guessing that's good. Now, mind you, there are certain chemicals that's like have an abundance amount of, and that would be the oxygen. You know, I mean, you can probably try to keep up with the oxygen, but do you even have the power in order to do that? Because these machines eat power like candy. How's the power situation? Is that still okay? Why are these cables like constantly empty now? It's constantly empty. What the heck? Look at this. They're both like what? Machines? And they're constantly empty. Holy crap. What about the nether stars? That's keeping out, right? Holy crap. Alright, I guess. Let me check it out. Nether stars. Are we still okay with the nether stars? It's still 304,000. Yeah, it's still keeping up. Holy crap. I can't believe we're on the nether star generators now. Unbelievable. How much power it takes. We got 8 through all the thermals. Alright. How's the wire doing? Alright, cool. So when we built the reactor, we can pipe the power from that reactor back into the system in here. And it should be fine after that. I know I said that we probably don't even need the power from the reactor, but I guess we do now. Alright, so yeah, this is the basic setup right here. So, see what kind of bottlenecks we have here. That one's not producing enough. That one's producing a lot. That one's not producing enough uranium oxide. But do we even need that much, though? Because we do have bottlenecks on both sides now. That one's not keeping up. That one's kind of not keeping up. So what is this? Uranium oxide? Yeah, we could use like more of these machines here. And then the sulfur dioxide, we can use more machines there. Alright, cool. Now, what about these things over here? That one's oxygen and hydrogen. We probably don't need 2 electrolytic separators. So, we don't care about the hydrogen. We only care about the O2. Yeah, we have like 54,000 buckets of it. So, I don't think we actually need like a second separator. So, alright, there we go. We got some fissile fuel. And you know what? Let's get a storage thingamajiggy, and we'll keep an eye on it. And we'll see how it goes. Storage, not storage bus, storage monitor. Make a couple of these things. Okay, give me that. That right there. And then, do those things go in buckets, or do they... Oh, that's gonna be a pain in the ass, isn't it? How the heck am I gonna set this without, like, a tank? Right, fine, give me a basic tank or something. That. And let's go in here. And then, which one do we need to keep an eye on? The fissile fuel? Okay, let me just, Alright, there we go. Nice. There's no icon on it. Alright, whatever. Let's lock that one. And we have, like, 1380 buckets of fissile fuel in here. So, cool. So we can keep an eye on that. Once we get enough, and it's going to take a while, you know, just to build up the reactor and stuff, because I need all the materials. And I'm going to go do other things anyway, so we should have, like, a bunch of fissile fuel to play around with when we come back. So, cool. Alright, so there we have it. So, what you're supposed to do is go over the setup again. And, first of all, there are 2 legs to this equation. There's one big leg and one small leg. And once you get the output from both of those legs, you can combine it into uranium hexafluoride. And then you put that into the centrifuge in order to make your fissile fuel. So the big leg, let's start with that one. We have the electrolytic separator right here. And we need to get the O2. We can dump the hydrogen, or you can keep it, I don't care. You can probably use the hydrogen for other things. Once you get the oxygen, you need to get sulfur dioxide with the chemical oxidizer. So that should be somewhere around here, right? Let me see, where was that? Okay, there it is. So you gotta have like a bunch of sulfur at the ready. So I dare not make more machines of this because I need to keep up with the sulfur supply. So far it's keeping up. So far it's keeping up, but I might have to put like extra bees in order to get more sulfur. Probably can't depend on the sieving. Probably have to depend on the bees. And I don't think there's a sulfur seed. Yeah, there's no sulfur seed. Okay, well. Alright, so once you get sulfur dioxide from that, you take that and combine it with oxygen in the chemical infuser to make sulfur trioxide. So that should be over here. Okay? And then you need the decondensator, taking water and making water vapor, which is right there. And then you take the water vapor, combine it with the sulfur trioxide in a chemical infuser to make sulfuric acid. Should be right there. Okay? And with the sulfuric acid, you put that in a chemical dissolution chamber with the fluorite. Should be right there. Right, there we go. That makes hydrofluoric acid. Is this upgraded? Okay, yeah, it's upgraded. And then that's the big leg right there. The big leg is getting like hydrofluoric acid. Now the smaller leg uses uranium ingots, and you put that in the enrichment chamber to make uranium, yellowcake uraniums, and then you put that into the chemical oxidizer to make uranium oxide. That's a small leg. It's simpler than the other one. So you take uranium oxide, and you combine it with hydrofluoric acid in the chemical infuser, right here, and you make uranium hexafluoride, and then you put that in the centrifuge right there in order to make your fissile fuel. And then you put that into your reactor to make lots of power and get the nuclear waste. So you can make polonium, I think. Let me press U on this thing. This nuclear waste that you need. Then you make polonium, in the solar neutron activator. And then after that, you put it in here. You can make polonium pellets if you want to. No. But then again, you can put that in the SPS, which we want to do first, just to get yourself antimatter. Nice. Then after that, you can crystallize it into these pellets. And that's what we really want, right? That's what we really want. So, cool. Alright, so there we have it. So anyway, this is a start. It's by no means the final form. I can very well put extra machines in here, just make it a little bit better. There may be a power situation that I have to keep an eye on. And that's about it, really. That's about it with this particular setup. That's the basics of it. And once you get that set up, then you have a bit of fissile fuel. How many do we have now? Yeah, we have plenty. It'll just go up regardless, you know? It'll just go up regardless. And then you can use that. So yeah, there we have it. Alright, has been a while, and I cleaned up the place a little bit. Just made it a little bit more spread out. Made it a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more orderly. I brought out the interfaces, kind of raised them up by a few blocks, so I have a little bit more access to it. And yeah, we have the odd machines generating stuff like this one is generating sulfur trioxide. We have another one over here that's doing sulfuric acid, and another one over here which is generating uranium hexafluoride. So these are the machines that doesn't really require any secondary or any duplicate machines in order to handle more of the production. These are just, you know, they just be. And it's always a little bit one-sided, you know. We are getting a heck of a lot of oxygen, and it's probably going to stay that way, you know. And you may notice that is not balanced at all. So, yeah. Same thing goes with this one, water vapor. We're getting a heck of a lot of water vapor. It is what it is. It's just like a ton of water vapor and a ton of O2 right there. And yeah, it's always going to be in balance, unless you do something about it, of course. But this one's a little bit more balanced. This one's like uranium oxide and hydrofluoric acid, and that makes uranium hexafluoride right there. So, cool. But the thing is, what the heck is it? Not enough energy to run. So yeah, we are constantly running into power problems right now. And place more magnetic generators down. I may have to open up some more. And I put the second nether star generator. So this one was the controller. I switched it to machines. And it's still running out of power. This setup eats power like candy. And the thermals are doing nothing at all. It's just empty all the time. And if you right-click the tower over here, it's just taking like 655,000 FE per tick. And some of the other machines are doing the same thing. Like this one is taking about, I think it was like 600 something as well. This one's also taking 600 something as well. Also something. This one machine is also taking a ton of power. And these machines kind of not taking a lot of power. Right there. So I don't think those are the issue at all. And this one is about 4K right there. And the water stuff, that's not really that big of a deal right there. So it's usually these machines over here. These are the chemical infusers and the isotopic centrifuge that's taking a ton of power. And not to mention that the local network over here is running out of power, as you can see. It's just slowly draining itself. So I'm going to do something about that. It may very well turn itself off, really. So that means I may have to bust out the power that I have, and that's the nether star generators. And in order to do that, I'm going to have to go put down some more seeds at the farm. Let's see. I have this one running. I have this one running. And you can tell this one's slowly running out of power because it's like working off the machine's network. So yeah, if the machine's leg go down, well, everything that's connected to that goes down as well. So that's kind of unfortunate. So, oh boy. Yeah. I'm going to pull this one out. Be that one. And then, yeah, these things doesn't look like it's running anymore. Looks like it's running anymore. So that's a shame. Okay, well, I may have to start turning machines off. That right there. This one has a bit of machines left, so add-ons here. Okay, let's see. Tier 8. Here. And another one here. That's in here. And turn this one on. Alright, cool. And ran out of power. Okay, great. Great. Fantastic. That's wonderful. And does this have the speed? Oh, let's turn this one on. Alright, cool. Alright, I don't know. I may have to start turning machines off. So everything continues to function. So let me see. But where is that thing? Okay, it's over here. That, do that, do that. Alright, levers. One there. Yeah, put one there, there, and there. These are the power hungry machines. It's gonna let's see, redstone, texture normal, okay. That and that. Okay, turn everything off, jeez. Okay, does that still work if I do that? Okay. Alright, great. Alright. So I may have to build a reactor in order to deal with this. Just put it on the machine's leg. Okay, it's going back up. Yeesh. Alright. Alright, so it is what it is. This is all power hungry. Imagine how much power the FPS is going to take. You're going to definitely need a reactor by then, so... Alright. Clean this up a little bit more. There we go. Plug in the floor here. Alright, cool. Bust out the facades and clean this one up too. Alright, so yeah, this row over here, I put down some more chemical oxidizers, and this one creates the uranium oxides, and this row over here creates the sulfur dioxide. So another issue is that it is quickly running through the sulfur supplies. You can see it's like going down, and we do not have any sulfur seeds, so that's unfortunate. What we could do is plunk down some more bees, maybe plunk down a heck of a lot more sulfur bees in order to deal with that problem. Also, we may very well look into the laser drill here with the yellow lens, so maybe that could work. Like, what else does the laser lens, the yellow lens give us? Like raw gold, raw uranium, glowstone, and sulfur. Let's see, what is this? 8, and this is 6, and this is 3. Okay, that's yellow. Oh yeah, we kind of need that too. Sheesh. Glowstone 16. Okay, I'll probably set that up some other time. Yeah, so yeah, that's about it, really. I replaced some of the cables with pressurized tube where possible, so I can save like a bit of channels there. Also use the ingredient buffer with the tubes, so I can bring it back into the network. And how's the fissile fuel production right now? It's up to 13,000 buckets right now. And mind you, this is all off right now. So it's all filled. Alright, cool. Alright, going back up. Cool. Alright, check the farm. Alright, it's running again. Right, that one is that one. Put down another seed there. Okay, and then we get another sim. Alright, we'll let that run for a little bit, and then we'll put another one down. This one is another stars. Okay, how's this one going? 1.5, okay. Alright, cool. We have 3 more to play around with, and then we can put down another row if we want to. So, cool. Alright, so there we have it. That is the start of our mechanism journey. Well, not the start, just continuation. And once we built the reactor, we can use this fissile fuel, and we can roll things along, you know? Roll things along. I'm not quite sure if we should use the steam. That requires building a steam turbine, and those things can explode. So, cool. So I might have to just, like, throw it out, and maybe build, like, an extreme reactor for the power. That might work. That might work. Alright, so, cool. Alright, so this has been another episode of All the Mods 10 to the Sky. I'm from Block, and I'll see you next time.